Yo guys, what is going on? My name is Vexelite, and today I'm going to be doing a top 5 reasons Call of Duty is not as good as it used to be. And what I mean by this is that Call of Duty is still a huge popular franchise, but most original fans that started back from like Call of Duty 2, 3, 4, Modern Warfare 2 do not enjoy the game as much or at all like they used to. And I'm going to give you my top 5 reasons why I think, and a general opinion why people think it's not as good as it used to be. So coming in at our number 5 spot is the micro DLC in the purchases, and the reason I put this in at the number 5 spot is because with Black Ops 3 it's easily avoided and it doesn't change the game, but what they did with Advanced Warfare, it was a huge part of the game. You couldn't, well you could, but if you wanted a better playing point, if you wanted to be better, you would need to grind, which supply drops are really hard to get to grind for, and if you paid for them, it's a better supply drop. You are guaranteed at least one elite weapon or one at least something, always 3 weapons, and then a regular supply drop, which is the one you don't pay for. Sometimes you can go getting only one thing and it was an enlisted pair of pants. And with Black Ops 3, all it does is add stupid gestures and camos, which is not changing the game, but it still is really annoying, and I feel like it's not adding anything to the game, it's just making people not enjoy the game anymore. Coming in at our number 4 spot is that it's too far in the future and unrealistic. And what I mean by this is pretty self-explanatory. The original COD I played was Call of Duty 4. That was the first Call of Duty I played, and I fell in love with it because it made me feel like I was in a war zone. It made me always feel at the edge of my seat, always excited. But now I don't get that feeling at all. I just get the feeling I'm gonna boost all into this house. I'm gonna go with my energy shotgun or my energy pistol or all these not real guns, and it doesn't even, it feels like an arcade game. It actually does. It doesn't feel like a first-person shooter. It feels like an arcade game, and it just feels so childish. They added the whip, the nay-nay, the dab, the hotline bling. That's just so cringy, and that's just so stupid to add into the game. Because if you really want this to be a good game and a franchise, and you want to be taken seriously, but then you have people winning and doing the dab and saying these cringy things when they win, like, you never stood a chance with these upgrades. It just doesn't feel like the old COD we all loved, and it just feels like an arcade kids game with a rated M tag. It just feels like a kids game to me. Coming in at our number 3 spot, an actual good and realistic multiplayer. So I'm going to be using the COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 for an example. I didn't really play World at War that much when it was out, but COD 4 I grinded so much. And what I mean by good is that the weapons, I don't know why, but I feel so much better holding like an AK-47 or an M14 or like actual guns than, ooh, let me hold this Banshee, a shotgun that shoots energy, unlimited distance, or like a Locust or like Man of War. Like, yeah, I get it. There may be representation of real guns, but why not just give us the old classic AK-47, M16, and like stuff like that, MP7s, MP5s, I don't know. But Advanced Warfare kind of did that. They added the AK-47, the STG. They added the M14, but it just feels so out of place in a futuristic game. Going back to the number 4 spot, how it's in the future. Like anything within 10 years of us, or like World War, that's perfect. That's a good shooter. Like that's what I call a shooter. This is not gonna happen in real life. That's not like good. And another thing about the multiplayer was the maps. Okay, now Nuketown, yeah, it's a good map, but like if we're trying to give off an FPS war vibe, which is what it is, it's an FPS, we're not going to be fighting in this futuristic town with 2 houses. But back in like the COD 4 days, we've had, I can't remember the map name, but it was like 2 abandoned, broken down hotels with like a courtyard in the middle. And then MW2 we had Afghan, which was like a plane crash. And then we had Crash, which is another plane crash. Those are war settings, like broken down buildings, not water parks. Like, I can't stress it enough. That is not war. That's not Call of Duty. We're not going. Why are we fighting in a water park? Like, it makes sense. We're fighting in an abandoned hotel. It's a war zone. Blah blah blah. Everything's shot at, blown up. But a water park? It just doesn't make sense. Now, coming in at our number 2 spot, and it may be a surprise to some of you, which is an actual good campaign you can get attached to. And if you guys remember, I was only like 8 when I played Call of Duty 4, and there's YouTubers out here that haven't started on Call of Duty 4, and that just amazes me, first of all. But what I originally got COD 4 was the campaign, which then made me want to play MW2 for the campaign, which also made me want to play MW3 for the campaign. It was an amazing campaign. Everybody loves Captain Price, everybody loves Ghost, everybody loves Soap, everyone's Captain McTavish or whatever. I don't remember their names that well. I'm pretty sure that's it though. But when you played that, you felt in the story. You got involved. There was an actual story outlined, and you can tell there was a story. You knew that what you were doing and why. Black Ops 3, I'm on the 4th mission, and that's when the game first came out in the first month. I don't know what's going on. What, like, I'm in this dream simulator or something? Why? Why am I in a dream simulator fighting people? Back then, you're fighting for your country. You're fighting the bad guy. And the Black Ops 1 campaign was okay. For the realism part, it was amazing. I just didn't like that campaign that much. And then Black Ops 2 is kind of where it started to decline. That was a little futuristic, and it was like, I don't remember that game that much, and I didn't play the Black Ops 3 one. The Advanced Warfare one, I didn't like that one too much either. And the last good campaign was Call of Duty Ghosts. As much as you want to hate on Call of Duty Ghosts, you can't deny that that was like the best campaign since the Modern Warfare series. And that's why I'm confused with Infinite Warfare, because it's futuristic, but then we have a past of them. Because like with Ghost, you got attached to the dog, and it left with a huge cliffhanger. And in that game, you knew what you were doing, you knew why you were fighting, and just gave a good sense of a story, not just killing for no reason. And coming in at the number 1 spot, it's just simply not the game we originally fell in love with. Most OG fans, and I know people's first CODs could be Advanced Warfare, they could be Black Ops 3, could be Ghost, could be Black Ops 2. But I would say like most of the fans started back in the Call of Duty 2, 3, 4, 5, around there. From like 2 to 6, which is Modern Warfare 2 and like Call of Duty 3, whatever. Around there. And we fell in love with it because it was war. It back then is kind of like Battlefield. That back then it was. But then if you take a clip of MW1 or COD 4 and then put it next to a clip of Black Ops 3 or Advanced Warfare, the only reason you would think it's COD is because you both have guns. There is nothing similar at all. And most original fans are disappointed by that, and they don't want to play the game anymore. Like, if there's nothing wrong with the system, don't try to fix it. Black Ops 2 is the first game that stepped into the future, and that was the perfect amount of future, because we were still walking. The most futuristic thing is like the millimeter scanner sight, like help you see through walls. That's it. And the whole futuristic thing is not that bad of an idea. It's just that a bad idea for Call of Duty. You could leave that up to so many other games. Halo and Titanfall. Those are the futuristic games because that's what they started with, and that's fine. And there is rumors that Sledgehammer might be making an old World at War type, and honestly, I feel like if that happens, that is an amazing, amazing chance of bringing back the COD series with a classic World at War type, Vietnam War, maybe World at War 1 or 2 or something. I don't know. That would definitely boost the series in many people's eyes, Because if you have a World at War type game, there's no way you can't have classic guns like the MP40, the Type 100, guns like that. Good classic guns. You're going to have Warzone type maps. And that's going to be awesome. That's going to be a classic COD that we fell in love with. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed my top 5 reasons Call of Duty is not as good as it used to be. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys.